This lesson is about slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is an equation written in function form. It's y equals mx plus b. The variable m is your slope. You know the formula to find the slope of a line is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Slope is also known as the rate of change. The constant term b is the y-intercept. It is the value of y when x equals 0. It's where the graph of this line crosses the y-axis. B is also the starting point or the initial value. X and y represent the values of any coordinate on the graph of this line. Let's do an example. You are given the graph of this equation, and you have to find the equation in slope-intercept form. You need to find the slope and the y-intercept. First, identify the starting point, or the y-intercept. This is where the graph of the line is crossing the y-axis. The line is crossing the y-axis at 0, -4. That means b is -4. Slope, you can use the graph and you can count the rise and the run. In this case, the rise is 8 because we went from the bottom point up 8 to the top point. And the run is -6 because we went to the left 6 to get to the second point. So that means our slope is -8 over 6. Now this equation can be simplified. We have y equals -8 over 6x, but this slope can be simplified to -4 over 3. It's important to simplify your slope to the simplest fraction. So we have -4 over 3x, and then we have plus -4. But we never want to have two operations next to each other. When you're adding a negative number, it's the same as subtracting. So our final answer would be y equals -4 thirds x minus 4. We also know that the slope of this line is negative just by looking at the graph. The line is falling from left to right. That means it's a negative slope. If you don't want to use the graph to calculate the slope of this line, you can also use the slope formula and calculate the slope from 2 points on this line. First, label your coordinates x1, y1, and x2, y2. Then, plug the values into the slope formula. Then you can calculate your slope. -4 minus 4 is -8, and 0 minus -6 is 6. So when we simplify this equation, we get y equals -4 thirds x minus 4. Those were the two ways that you can write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form if you are given the graph of the line.